In our world, strange phenomena are observed on a regular basis, and some people encounter mysterious creatures whose existence goes beyond the familiar understanding of reality.
So if you're in Scottsdale right now, near McDowell and...
Fortunately, today, almost everyone carries a smartphone in their pocket, making it possible to instantly capture an anomaly and quickly share what was seen on the internet. In this video, I have put together a compilation of the most unusual and unexplainable moments caught on camera. Enjoy watching. In February 2020, an airplane crew encountered an unexplained phenomenon. At an altitude of approximately 11,000 meters, the aircraft captain noticed a strange object and managed to record it. The video shows a dark metallic cube. This object did not resemble any known man-made flying craft. After the video was published, numerous debates arose around the UFO. Some users believed it could be a secret military development. Others were convinced that the object was of extraterrestrial origin. Aviation experts also joined the discussion, but even they were unable to identify this cubic UFO. Passengers on a plane departing from Los Angeles recorded an unusual phenomenon on video. Near the aircraft, at an altitude of about 6,000 meters, a diamond-shaped object sped past. The recording quickly went viral. Viewers were astonished by the speed of movement and the clear geometric shape of the unidentified object. Many immediately began talking about a possible extraterrestrial origin of the UFO, although more down-to-earth explanations involving drones or experimental aircraft were also proposed. Despite the wide public response, official authorities never provided an explanation, which only deepened the intrigue surrounding the incident. In August 2023, a woman filming views from an airplane window accidentally captured a phenomenon that many called the clearest UFO video in the entire history of observations. The object had a clearly defined disc-shaped form, exactly the kind traditionally used to describe flying saucers. That alone seemed fantastic, but the most astonishing feature of this UFO was the clearly visible inscription, "Truff." After the video was published online, an active search began for information about this word or abbreviation. It turned out that this name belongs to a company that produces hot sauces. Users contacted the company's management, but representatives firmly denied any connection with an unidentified flying object. The incident gave rise to many theories, from assumptions about secret experiments to jokes about cosmic marketing. For now, the mystery of this object remains unsolved. Passengers on a London, New York flight became witnesses to a mysterious phenomenon. During the flight, people saw a glowing object emerge from the clouds. It did not flash like lightning and did not move along the aircraft's trajectory. Its behavior did not correspond to any known natural or technological phenomenon. Of particular interest was the fact that the video recording stopped a few seconds after the object appeared. The author of the video said that at that moment, his phone suddenly stopped working. When the glowing object disappeared, the device resumed normal operation. Many people linked these malfunctions to possible electromagnetic interference caused by a UFO. On the 13th of December in the year 2009, a mysterious incident occurred in one of the Mexican cities, shocking local residents. One eyewitness managed to capture an unusual anomaly on camera. The footage clearly shows a cloud formation shaped like a writhing snake. This phenomenon dynamically changed its outlines. It smoothly bent, twisted, and then formed into a kind of coil. Its movements looked unnatural, and its structure differed significantly from ordinary clouds. Even meteorologists were unable to find a natural explanation for the anomaly, since no known atmospheric phenomenon demonstrates such a form and behavior. In Brazil, discussions of a strange photograph that appeared on social networks are gaining popularity. The image shows a humanoid creature with dark skin, a muscular build, and sharp ears elongated upward. Later, one user said that he had seen a similar creature on the streets of his settlement. Moreover, according to him, this mystical being was capable of transforming into a wolf. As evidence, he published a photograph of that very creature running down the street. Many users agreed that this is a classic werewolf, a character from myths and legends. However, skeptics insist on more mundane explanations, ranging from a costumed performance to digital photo manipulation. In the city of Scottsdale, in the state of Arizona, an unusual incident occurred that prompted local residents to go outside and watch what was happening with amazement. Before the eyes of a stunned crowd, an object appeared in the sky, formed by several lights emitting an intense dark blue glow. Unlike airplanes or drones, it did not move along a trajectory, but very slowly traveled in a circular path. After several hours, it completed a turn of 90 degrees and disappeared. Neither local authorities nor aviation services provided an explanation for the incident, and it therefore remained a mystery. This video was recorded in the year 2017 in Japan. The author of the clip was simply filming a high-rise building when suddenly something resembling a humanoid figure appeared next to it, smoothly rising upward. The recording shows that the creature moved in a very strange way. Its arms were spread wide while its body remained completely motionless. It seemed as if it weighed nothing and therefore rose effortlessly like a balloon. However, when compared to the size of the building, it became clear that the object was quite large. Users who left comments under the video could not reach a consensus. Some were sure it was editing. Others believed it was an inflatable figure, while still others called the object a humanoid from the Pleiades star system. A story about a man named Omar Odawi, who received the nickname Lord of Marine Creatures, is gaining popularity on the internet. His unusual abilities are confirmed by video recordings, and here are some of them. In the first video, Omar is lying on the sand, and marine life rushes toward him from all sides. Watching this, it seems as if an invisible force is attracting the animals. Another video shows the man swimming in the open ocean, while thousands of fish part before him, as if clearing a path. Scientists became interested in Omar's phenomenon. They conducted a study and identified an abnormally high level of mercury and metals in the man's body. According to their version, this could form a weak magnetic field around his body, influencing the behavior of marine creatures. However, this scientific explanation did not convince everyone. Many still believe that this is not a natural phenomenon, but something far more mysterious. A video from Arizona puzzled thousands of viewers. In the first frames, a man is calmly walking along the sidewalk. Suddenly, he breaks into a run and then disappears without a trace. The video quickly spread across the internet, sparking intense debate. Some users are convinced that this is high-quality editing. Others insist that the footage captures something inexplicable, possibly a time traveler who accidentally entered the camera's field of view. A resident of the state of Florida went fishing in Everglades National Park, known for its swampy landscapes and rich wildlife. As he approached the shore of one of the lakes, the man noticed a strange creature on a wooden pier. At first, he assumed it was a large fish washed ashore by a wave. However, when he came closer, the fisherman was shocked. The creature had a fishtail and a head resembling that of a shark. But the most disturbing detail was that this being had human hands with clearly distinguishable fingers. Without wasting time, the man took out his smartphone and began filming. However, the creature seemed to sense the attention and suddenly slipped into the water, leaving only ripples on the surface. The fisherman immediately contacted the local wildlife authorities, but by the time specialists arrived, no traces of the mysterious creature could be found. An experienced diver exploring underwater cave cenotes near Cancun posted a video on social media that instantly went viral. In the dark footage, a silhouette of a creature combining human and fish features can be seen. Its movements were smooth and graceful, as if a mermaid were deliberately posing for the camera. The video sparked heated debate. Supporters of its authenticity point to the naturalness of the movements and the absence of obvious signs of editing. They note that cenotes, ancient karst sinkholes with crystal-clear water, could indeed hide unknown species. Skeptics, however, still believe that this is not a real mermaid, but a woman in a costume. In the year 2012, workers maintaining the Kariba hydroelectric dam in Zimbabwe witnessed a strange phenomenon. According to them, a human head first emerged from the water. The men froze in confusion, but just a few moments later, the head disappeared, and a fishtail appeared on the surface instead. The creature vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, leaving behind only a gentle ripple. Local residents claim that similar incidents had been reported before. In regional folklore, there are legends about water people inhabiting the waters of the Zambezi River. Elders say that these beings can change their appearance. In the water, they are completely fish-like, while on land, they take on a human form. A tourist from Germany traveling through Norway decided to explore one of the famous fjords. He was walking along the rocky shore, admiring the harsh beauty of the landscape, when his attention was suddenly drawn to movement in the water. At that moment, a small creature emerged from the water. Its skin appeared pale and brownish, and its long, thin limbs resembled spider legs. The head was disproportionately large, with deep-set eyes and a narrow mouth. In appearance, the creature resembled a goblin. When the strange being noticed the person, it froze for a few seconds and then swiftly rushed back into the water. The tourist managed to take out his phone and record a short clip. However, none of the users online were able to identify the creature. A research drone conducting filming in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean captured an extremely unusual creature. The footage obtained from the device leaves no doubt that it does not resemble any marine animal known to science. The outlines of the creature resemble ancient marine reptiles, possibly a plesiosaur or another prehistoric predator. Scientists who have reviewed the video materials are, for now, refraining from drawing any conclusions. Some of them allow the possibility that this could be a previously unknown species inhabiting the Pacific Ocean, or perhaps a cryptid. On the rocky coast, a resident of the island of Java witnessed an unusual phenomenon. Before his eyes, a creature emerged from the water that cannot be classified as any known species. Its body had an unusual red hue, and its anatomical features combined traits of different classes of animals. The upper part of the creature's torso resembled a human body, but with an elongated head and a narrow chest. Its face lacked distinct features. The eyes blended into the overall contour of the head, and the mouth appeared as a narrow slit. Below the waist, the creature had a massive fishtail with shimmering fins. Interestingly, a few days later, a similar phenomenon was recorded again near a pier in another part of the island. However, this time, the creature had pale skin. Local fishermen claim that such encounters have happened here before. According to legends, water spirits periodically appear on the island to warn of approaching storms. In the year 2024, during a flight from Paris to London, passengers and crew encountered a phenomenon that has still not received a scientific explanation. At an altitude of more than 10,000 meters, the airplane entered dense cloud layers, and two distinct figures became visible through the windows. They looked like silhouettes of people standing in a snowy desert. The figures did not move, as if frozen in space, and their outlines remained unchanged even when the viewing angle shifted. Some passengers claimed they saw faces, but due to the distance and the density of the clouds, the details were indistinguishable. The crew contacted air traffic controllers, but no anomalies were detected on radar. After exiting the cloud layer, the figures disappeared without a trace. Ufologists immediately linked the incident to theories about celestial beings, while skeptics suggested an optical illusion caused by the interplay of light and ice crystals. Two friends, relaxing in the backyard of a private house in Mexico, witnessed an event that forced them to leave the area immediately. Around midnight, they noticed a tall figure in the darkness, appearing as if out of nowhere. The creature was no less than 2.5 meters tall, with disproportionately long limbs and angular body contours. Its skin appeared matte, absorbing light, and its head lacked distinct features, only dark hollows where eyes should have been. The movement of the figure was sharp and intermittent, as if it was moving in sudden jumps. Upon seeing this terrifying being, the friends immediately ran away and locked themselves inside the house. Local residents later said that for several years there had been rumors in this area about skinwalkers, mythical shapeshifters capable of taking on human form. In March 2025, Rendlesham Forest in England, long shrouded in rumors of paranormal activity, once again attracted public attention. A local resident managed to capture a mysterious object in the night sky on video, not far from a Royal Air Force base. At first, it hovered motionless in the air, then its lower part began to emit a glow. After a few seconds, a bright flash of light shot downward like lightning. Moments later, the object dimmed and disappeared without a trace, leaving the sky completely empty. Skeptics suggest that it could have been a rare weather phenomenon or an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions. However, supporters of paranormal theories are confident that what happened is further evidence that Rendlesham Forest continues to attract unknown forces. On the 19th of October in the year 2024, several people encountered an unexplained phenomenon off the coast of British Columbia. From the calm waters, a strange creature suddenly surfaced. Its head appeared above the surface for only a moment, but that was enough for everyone present to see it clearly. Witnesses claim it was a sea lion or an elephant seal, but of an unusually large size. It is possible that this was a rare marine animal that found its way into these waters. However, it cannot be ruled out that the witnesses encountered something still unknown to science, as the creature's head truly looked very strange. Vacationers on one of the beaches in California witnessed a mysterious incident. A strange creature suddenly appeared in the water. First, its head emerged above the surface, and then its tail followed. At first, witnesses assumed it was an ordinary animal, but subsequent events disproved this version. The creature moved with lightning speed from the coastal rocks back into the water. Its speed and maneuverability amazed those watching. No known animal is capable of moving so swiftly and changing direction so abruptly. Some vacationers even compared its movement to teleportation. Local biologists were unable to identify the creature. Theories range from a rare species of marine mammals to an optical illusion. In the year 2019, airplane passengers recorded a strange anomaly in the sky on video. The footage shows two unidentified objects resembling giant tadpoles. They hovered in the air at a short distance from each other and then began to slowly move closer together. Eventually, they merged into a single entity, forming a new shape. The entire event lasted several minutes, after which the combined object disappeared from view. The video of the incident quickly spread online, generating numerous theories. Some users believe it could have been an optical illusion or a rare atmospheric phenomenon, while others are convinced that the anomaly represents extraterrestrial objects. After taking off from Chicago Airport, airplane passengers witnessed an unusual phenomenon. A dense cloud ring was suspended in the sky. It remained motionless and did not dissipate, as if frozen in time. Later, scientists explained that this was a rare atmospheric phenomenon that occurs under certain conditions of air temperature and humidity. However, eyewitnesses insist that the ring did not look like something earthly. Most of them noted that the object resembled a portal to another world. Passengers on an airplane flying over the Pacific Ocean noticed an unusual red glow beneath thick clouds through the window. The light pierced through the haze, creating a mystical atmosphere. Some passengers captured the phenomenon on camera and shared the footage online. Viewers suggested that it could have been reflections from volcanic eruptions or even light from alien spacecraft. Experts, however, are confident that the cause of the red glow was giant light-emitting diode floodlights on fishing vessels, whose light was reflected off low, dense clouds. This video was filmed in Moscow. The footage shows a dense cloud hovering above a high-rise building shaped like a flying saucer. Its outlines were sharp, and its position was almost stable, which enhanced the resemblance to extraterrestrial aircraft. Although the cloud looked very unusual, experts explained that such clouds can indeed form under certain meteorological conditions. However, some viewers remain unconvinced. These people believe that a real flying saucer could have been hidden inside the cloud. During flights, truly bizarre incidents sometimes occur. The author of this video had to deal with a strange female passenger. According to the eyewitness, at first the woman did not attract any attention, but later she began to behave inappropriately, causing concern among those around her. She shouted loudly, waved her arms, and her face twisted into a terrifying grimace. At one point, a man stood up from his seat. He stated that he was a priest and that the woman was possessed by a demon and required divine help. The tension on board the aircraft reached its peak. The crew decided not to take risks, and the airliner was diverted to Dallas. After landing, the woman was escorted off the plane by law enforcement officers. The passenger's Dalnishaya fate remains unknown. A pilot flying over the Japanese city of Kumamoto recorded on video a phenomenon that defies any explanation. High above the clouds, a gigantic object was hanging motionless, shaped like a folded umbrella. Its size and contours did not correspond to any known Earth-made aircraft. The pilot was astonished by what he saw, but the strangest part came later. After several seconds, small disc-shaped objects began to fly out of the main body. They moved in an orderly manner, as if obeying a single command. The pilot shared the video in hopes of understanding what it was. Viewers agreed that the footage shows a mothership of aliens, a kind of station housing smaller flying craft. There simply are no other explanations for this sighting. On the coast of Cuba, eyewitnesses recorded an astonishing unidentified object on video. It consisted of several parts. At the center was a bright, glowing sphere that continuously rotated around its axis, and on the sides there were small, wing-like structures. According to witnesses, the rotation looked very strange from above, as if the aircraft was scanning the area. The object remained in the air for 5 minutes and then disappeared into the clouds. Most witnesses were convinced that they had observed an alien craft demonstrating unknown technologies. Others suggested that it was an experimental military aircraft. Experts were unable to identify the object, and it therefore remains a mystery. A resident of Sydney shared a video online that sent chills down many viewers' spines. According to him, he noticed a strange object in the sky and decided to record it. When the image was zoomed in, it became clear that it was a figure resembling a humanoid, slowly rising above the ground. The creature's movements appeared smooth, almost weightless. The video generated numerous theories, ranging from a hoax to an encounter with an unknown life form. The incident remains a mystery, prompting the question, what did the witness really see? Recently, a video appeared online that is already being called one of the most unusual and inexplicable. The footage shows a flying object shaped like a star. Its geometrically precise outlines and the absence of visible engines or wings make it unlike any known technology. The object hovered motionless in the air and then performed a sharp maneuver, disappearing from view within seconds. According to the eyewitness, the speed and trajectory of the mysterious star did not correspond to airplanes, drones, or any other flying vehicles. Users are actively discussing the origin of the object. Some see it as evidence of extraterrestrial presence, while others suggest secret developments. However, none of these versions has any proof. An event that shocked local residents occurred in the sky over Everett, in the state of Washington. People saw a strange flying object that they initially mistook for an ordinary balloon. But the longer they observed it, the more oddities they noticed. The surface of the mysterious body was decorated with many small lights that gently pulsed. At the same time, the object made no sound at all. It simply hovered in the sky. That was when people realized it was something different. One eyewitness captured the anomaly on his phone camera. Although the recording turned out blurry and grainy, the footage still shows that the mysterious object did not resemble any known aircraft. A short but shocking video leaked online and instantly went viral. At the same time, it began rapidly disappearing from all platforms. The video was repeatedly removed, but reappeared again, as if resisting attempts to hide what was seen. The footage, taken by a Slucheni eyewitness, shows several people in protective suits carefully placing an unidentified creature onto a stretcher. When the image is enlarged, it becomes clear that this is neither a fish nor an animal, but a real mermaid. The upper part of the creature's body had clearly human features, but below the waist it transitioned into a long, scaly tail. The skin shimmered with a pearlescent sheen, and strange markings were visible on the sides, emitting a faint, barely noticeable glow. In addition, the creature was clearly large, since several men were required to lift its body. After the mermaid's body was placed on the stretcher, the men carried it into a truck. Sometime later, other people, also wearing protective suits, arrived at the scene. They were busy covering up traces of the incident. After that, it became clear that the authorities were trying to carefully conceal what had happened. However, as a rule, any secret sooner or later becomes known to everyone. The only unanswered question in this story remains, what exactly was this creature? A rare mutation of a marine animal, the result of scientific experiments, or a real mermaid after all? The author of this video was walking through a forest when something inexplicable happened. Two trees began to shake violently, as if they were being swayed by an invisible giant. At the same time, a loud roar was heard, sending chills down the witness's spine. Not daring to approach any closer, the man continued filming from a safe distance. He suggested that the source of the noise might have been Bigfoot, a legendary creature whose encounters have been reported for decades. The video contains no clear evidence of Bigfoot's presence, but the atmosphere of what is happening is deeply unsettling. In the year 2024, a trail camera captured footage that even scientists find hard to criticize. In the recording, we see a massive creature whose body is completely covered in thick fur. One might think it is an ape. However, no primates of such enormous size are known to exist on our planet. The quality of this footage is truly astonishing. Unlike typical grainy images, this video makes it possible to clearly examine all the details of the creature. Its appearance fully matches the classic descriptions of Bigfoot. After the video was published online, it gained millions of views. Many people called it the most convincing evidence of the existence of the mythical creature. In the vicinity of the city of Salt Lake City, in the state of Utah, a shocking video was recorded. The footage shows a gigantic figure standing on the top of a mountain. Although the clip is very short and the recording quality leaves much to be desired, the video still sparked a wave of discussion. Some viewers were certain that it was the legendary snowman. Others leaned toward the version of a mountain giant. An additional layer of intrigue was added by the disappearance of the Instagram account where the video had first been published. Without the original source, it became impossible to verify the authenticity of the material. Recently, farmers have been enjoying footage captured by drones. For example, in this recording, a quadcopter filmed a flock of sheep that, while moving, resembled the dance of bizarre larvae. The movements of the flock looked like a carefully planned choreographic composition. This spectacle turned a routine livestock check into a true work of art. Today, drones have become an indispensable tool for farmers. They save time when searching for strayed animals and protecting livestock from predators, while also providing unique footage that shows that even an ordinary herd can become a source of admiration if viewed from a new angle. The author of this video was simply reviewing footage from a surveillance camera when he suddenly discovered that a pale humanoid figure had entered the frame, emerging from the forest. The gait and movements of this creature were sharp and unnatural, as if it were struggling to maintain its balance. The video became the subject of active discussion. Most commentators concluded that a skinwalker had been captured on camera. This monster from Navajo legends is known for its ability to take the form of any animals and even humans. A trail camera deep in a remote forest captured a creature that cannot be identified. The footage clearly shows a miniature being with a humanoid build and black skin. Despite its humanoid appearance, its height was only a few centimeters. The video caused a storm of debate. Some users suggested that it could have been a goblin, while others believed that a forest guardian had been captured. In any case, this creature clearly has no relation to any known animals on our planet. This video was shared in the year 2022 by a hunter from Canada. Late at night, when the recording was made, he set off into a remote forest in order to reach his hunting spot by dawn. At first, the path seemed calm, but suddenly glowing eyes appeared in the frame, staring intently from behind the trees. In the light of the flashlight, strange outlines became visible, pointed ears and an odd, disproportionate body structure unlike any familiar animal. The hunter froze in horror, trying to understand what stood before him. When he realized that it was something terrifying, the man hurried back home. What kind of creature it was remains a mystery. Passengers on a Volaris flight from Guadalajara to Mexico City were expecting a routine takeoff, but instead encountered an unexpected nightmare. A swarm of mosquitoes suddenly burst into the cabin, filling it as if it were their own territory. Flight attendants quickly sprayed repellents, but the insects did not give up. Passengers waved their hands, scratched themselves, and tried to take cover. The departure had to be delayed for several hours until specialists resolved the problem. The airline apologized and promised to strengthen inspection measures for aircraft before flights. An airplane passenger accidentally captured a strange phenomenon on his phone. At an altitude of about 10,000 meters, an unusual triangular object was hovering in the sky. Its outlines were sharp, and its shape was perfectly symmetrical. According to the eyewitness, the object remained motionless in the sky for several seconds, then slightly changed its angle of tilt and began to slowly move sideways. What happened next is unknown, as the UFO disappeared from view. After the video was published online, active discussions began. Some users suggested that it was a drone or an experimental aircraft. Others insist on the extraterrestrial origin of the object. One of the airplane passengers noticed something unusual outside the aircraft. A flat disc-shaped object appeared near the plane. The UFO briefly stopped next to the aircraft as if studying it, and then sharply dived downward and flew away at an incredible speed, far faster than ordinary airplanes or drones are capable of. Despite the huge number of views the video received, no one has been able to explain what this object was. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.